Are Hazbin Hotel's designs worse compared to the pilot? Stick around to find out. Hey guys, I'm Spirit, your local werewolf artist and animator. Now I wanted to talk about the latest Hazbin Hotel trailer, my opinion on the animation, and most of all, the character designs. A lot of you might remember me from the video I did on Queen Bee. I'm actually working on a follow-up about Osmodius and Fizzarali that'll come out either next week or the following, so make sure to subscribe and join my Discord server to be notified of that. You can also follow me on Twitch, where I stream weekly on Fridays. Obvious disclaimer, this is in no way hate towards Vivian or the rest of the team. I'm a fan of the pilot and its sister series Helva Boss. These are just my thoughts, and I hope some of you rising animators can learn from it as well. But anyways, my thoughts right off the cuff. So, one of the benefits of the series being worked on by a larger studio is the fact that they're able to put a higher budget into the animation. Now, I need to stress that the animation in the pilot isn't bad. However, there is a noticeably higher budget of quality in the newer animation. We see some smoother in-betweening and more advanced visual effects. It's very likely that changes have happened over the past 4 years of Vivian working on 2 projects. It's likely that she's learned a lot of things from working on Helva Boss and put them into Hazbin Hotel, and vice versa. The trick to improving as either an artist or an animator isn't magically doing one thing perfectly, it's actually doing more projects and learning from your mistakes. You'll get better through experience and practice. If there's one thing I really appreciate in both Helva Boss and Hazbin Hotel, it's the use of more exaggerated and dynamic character acting. We often see a lot of static and stiff stuff found in adult animation, such as The Simpsons, etc., but luckily with the rise of vivziepop as well as some legends such as Genndy Tartakovsky, we do see some more dynamic and changes in animation style coming into the industry. One criticism I have, based off of the trailer alone, is that the backgrounds are a little bit too saturated. Brighter colors are good, but I personally find that I experience a bit of eye strain looking at it. The pilot of the series had these very warm, pinkish red backgrounds that weren't overly saturated, so they were easier to look at. I'm not sure if they're illustrated that way, or if it's possible that the vibrancy is a byproduct of what we call the compositing stage. I'm just hoping that it's not all of the shots, because having overly bright colors can make it difficult for people with sensitive eyes, such as myself, to sustain viewership. With the way that modern streaming services work, you want to keep people with you. If they start getting a headache from watching your show, it's possible to lose viewers who aren't already major fans of your show. Now, on the topic of voice actors, I know a lot of people aren't as keen on some of the characters getting recast. I'm still personally adjusting because while they are different, they're ultimately our cast of characters for the series. The way that I view it, it's kind of like the return of Futurama. Like, for instance, Billy West, the actor for Fry, has gotten a lot older and thus his voice has changed, so Fry doesn't sound quite the same. I don't really like or dislike the actors, except for one. Keith David. I'll admit, I'm excited to see his take on Husker. Keith David's one of my favorite voice actors in everything from Gargoyles to Spawn to Halo. The man is a legend and knows what he's doing. Another thing to note is that this is a musical performance, so seeing all of these actors means that they're either going to have musical experience, good singing voices, or they'll have to be dual cast. But overall, I'm excited to see what happens. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The character designs. Honestly speaking, I feel that they're an improvement to the pilot designs. Charlie's eyes are brighter and thus draw your eye to her face, for example. It's really important that when you're designing a character that you make them so that the eye is drawn to the face, no matter what kind of shot you're working with. Medium shot, still drawn to the face. Close up, obviously drawn to the face. The face is the primary position for character acting, and it's where most of us are meant to focus, so if you're making a character, focus in on that section, whether it be through brighter colors, focusing the details, etc. I've already talked about good design elements and complexity in Bee's video. I'll be elaborating on it more in the Ozzy and Fizzarali video, but overall my concerns in that video are the same here. These designs are not for the faint of heart. They're difficult for trained animators. So if you're a beginning animator or wanting to get into the craft, start with something simple and work up to it. Animators are known for enjoying a challenge, but your team will likely hate you if you bring something like this in on the regular. My only concern here is, unfortunately, with Charlie herself, and a little bit of Vaggie. With how bright the backgrounds are, she tends to blend into the sky at certain points. With luck, this is a limited issue, but bear this in mind when you're designing your characters. You want them to be the primary focus. This is also just a personal thing, but I do feel like there's not necessarily a total lack, but the characters in Hazbin Hotel don't have quite as much visual cohesion as, say, Helluva Boss. And I know that's purposeful because they're all sinners and had different deaths, and thus it explains their different looks. But bear in mind that when you're designing characters for a series, you're going to want to make sure that they all have some level of cohesion. Otherwise, they're just going to look like they're from different projects and you stuff them all together. But that being said, here are my final thoughts. I'm excited for the series, albeit I have some reservations. I'm a little bit worried that since vivziepop had her attention divided, that there might be some quality dips on what was going on with, say, Helluva Boss. We did see there was a dip in quality in terms of the writing that happened in mid-season 2 for HB. So I can't say for sure if that's going to be an issue here, but I'm hoping that isn't a problem. We don't know how good the series is actually going to be until we sit down to watch it, but I am looking forward to it. I've been more interested in the sister series, but I'm excited to get back into Hazbin Hotel since, well, that's what got me here. But I'm also interested in your thoughts. What do you think of the pilot? Are you excited for the new series? Do you like the new character designs, or do you prefer the old? How do you feel about the new voice actors? But anyways, like, subscribe, Discord server, Patreon, and if you want me to cover the series in the future, let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Spirit, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!